Happy New Year, guys. Hope you're doing well. I had a pretty good night last night, plenty of bubbly, a load of pizza. Thought the pizza would help absorb some of the alcohol. Just kept me up all night, basically. Had a terrible night's sleep. Too much salt, I think. Just been drinking loads of water all night. So, blow out the cobwebs today. Decided to go for a little mushroom walk. I'm going to go and have a little wander about. I'm hoping to find some winter chanterelles. I really want to find winter chanterelles. Possibly some hedgehog mushrooms, and maybe some bluets. So I'm going to have to keep my eyes peeled, looking at the floor a lot. These things hide under the leaf litter. They camouflage very, very well, but they're beautiful. If you find them, it's a real treat. So bluets, wood bluets, field bluets, possibly out in the open a little bit more, and hedgehogs and some winter chanterelles. That's my aim today. That's what I'm going for, and let's see what we can do. There's lots of new growth around here as well, lots of forestry, newly planted trees, even 20-year-old trees, but I'm looking more in the much older woodlands. Lots of rotting wood, loads of dead trees, lots of food for the mushrooms. So I've not seen too much just yet, some turkey tails, some cramp balls and things like that, but we're going to keep on going. So these are King Alfred's cake, also known as a cramp ball fungus. There we go, look at this. This is actually quite a big one. I use these to take a spark when I'm trying to light a fire. Once they're fully dried out, hit a little spark on that. It will hold the ember for as long as you need, really. And then you just get some dry grass or tinder and get it going, get your fire started. So here it is. As you can see, here inside, all this dries out. Feels lovely. It's almost silky, but really, really good. Very, very good. Always worth having one of these in your kit when you go out bushcrafting. These trees are sharing the earth with the badgers. The badgers are obviously working around the roots. The trees are all alive. Some of them are hundreds of years old. And there's a hell of a lot of badgers. Look at this one. That's a nice freshie. And look at the ground. Brilliant. So you can see how active this is. And you can see where he's been working. And he's right below this tree. It's a tilted oak. Nothing to do with the badger. I mean, these roots go down as deep as the branches in some cases, so should be okay. Haha, right, here we go. We've just found a cool little mushroom. Check this guy out. There's quite a few here as well. These are woodier mushrooms. Now, I have mentioned these in a video before. You can find them growing up plenty of dead trees. They're quite common. You'll see them all over the place. Look like little jellies. In fact, they're called jelly ear as well. The size of this one here is quite a big one. You can dry them out, reuse them, make stocks out of them. They're hard to get wrong as well. These are easy to spot, easy to find, and pretty safe to pick. Don't put them in the pan while they're like this, because they'll fly right back out at you. They'll be quite dangerous when they fly about the room. But let me grab one a sec. Let's have a look. Look at this. You can see why they call them wood ear. They look just like ears. They actually feel a bit like ears. It's weird. Kind of silky on the outside, a little bit velvety actually, and they feel very wet and cold on the inside, although they're usually not wet, they just feel it. Best way to treat this little mushroom is to take it home, dry it out. You can even pick them. A lot of people wait till they've dried out on the tree and then they pick them, but Either way, make sure it's nice and dry, and add it to soups and stir fries and things a little bit later. It will absorb the flavours of the meal that you're cooking, and you won't get all that dangerous flying about the room type shenanigans that these things can often do if you put them in when they're like this. But yeah, cool, nice little find. And out into the open. What a cool place. There's some lovely some monstrous horse chestnuts over there. I'll go check out in a bit. Loads of oak trees here, covered in ivy though. Now I do know ivy is good for a lot of animals, butterflies, birds, etc. But ivy can grow anywhere. I just don't really like it when they strangle the oak trees, especially when they've sort of hit 300-400 years old. And then the ivy kind of reduces their age and their quality of life. Not a fan of that. I think you should just manage things. You don't want to rip all the ivy off everything, but you should certainly help the trees out, minimise some of the damage it causes. Crazy. Look at this hazel. Look at all that straight wood ready to go. This is why bushcrafters love it so much. Look at it. It can be used for so many things, including lashing and frapping. You can build structures out of it. It's really good stuff. And you can, it keeps growing back. You're supposed to cut hazel back. You're supposed to coppice hazel anyway, let it regenerate, but it's beautiful wood. So no edibles yet. Been finding lots of cool stuff, but nothing I can eat just yet. And that's what we're out here for today. There's a lot of things here's a fungus. Horseshoe fungus, I think they're called, these ones. I'm still learning. I've got so much to learn. I'm kind of learning on the job, so to speak. But yeah, the edibles are what I'm really focusing on at the moment, because that's a lot more fun. Edible and medicinal. So yeah, we're going to keep going. We will find something. There's so many woodlands here. I'll definitely find something at some point. And score. Here we go. I almost walked past these guys. I only turned back a second ago just to check where I was going. And I just saw the little glimmer of orange. And these are, if I am correct, oh no, by the stem really. Yeah, oh. These guys are velvet shanks. Usually very slimy, especially after the rain. Rich, rusty, orangey, sort of golden brown colour. Absolutely awesome. Usually creamy here, they get darker with age. They start white as well on the gills. But as they age as well, you'll notice, if I can find you one. They get black stalks. And they blacken all the way up, apart from the very top. Well, they can do. They can be fully black as well, as far as I'm aware. These guys look eerily reminiscent of the funeral bell. Please check every detail before you eat these. These are a bit manky. Well, they're not manky, but they're covered in mud. A lot of people walk through this section here, so I'm not too sure whether I'm comfortable. Dogs would have cocked their leg a few times over these bad boys, so I'm not sure I'm going to touch these or take them with me, but these are velvet shanks. Now these guys can survive being frozen, which is pretty awesome. You'll find them right into winter, and the funeral bell usually finishes at about November, I think. So that's a good sign. If you find these and it's really, really cold, especially in a frost or something, it's more likely to be the velvet shank. It's a fab mushroom. If these guys were in slightly better shape and positioned in a slightly different place, I probably would have gone for them. But that's pretty cool. Again, these are quite common as well though, so you will find these. Please check it out. As I said, look up the funeral bell before you touch these. One other thing I will tell you, funeral bell has a little skirt on the stem. These don't, which is another dead giveaway. Brilliant though. Little bit of oak moss in here. I think you can make oak moss tea. I'm also pretty sure it has medicinal properties. I know it's used in the perfume industry. It's a good sign that you've got clean, fresh air around, which is nice. The more of this, the better. Tell you what, I could stay out here all day. I really could. I almost brought the dogs along as well, which I do often bring the dogs out and just wander about, but dogs have got high energy about them. They're always switched on, always wired. So I'm trying to be all zen and peaceful and locked into nature. You know, you want to see a deer or something like that, or a jaybird or a woodpecker, you just want to be quiet and watch it. But a dog would just straight after it, just ruin the moment. I gotta love him, you know. I mean, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm at the road, I was just about to turn back. I just thought I'd come along just the edge here before I go back along the river, and I have just spotted a little bounty. Oh my god. Whoa, hold on, hold on, hold on. Check this out. Yes, mate. Beautiful grey oysters. Ah, oh, what a huge lump as well. These guys are massive. Here's my hand. These things, this has got to be a foot. This is food. This is good. This is why we're out. Right. See, I'm gonna get a little closer. Have a look at that. Look how good it looks. Wow. This is why I'm out. I wasn't even looking for these guys. What a treat. Right. Oh, look at these. Wow. And we got more here. Now, I know these are grey oysters. Because of the time of year, there's nothing else apart from an oysterling, but they're tiny. They're about 5 centimetres. Another reason I can tell is you can see they come from a stalk here. Oysterlings just come out like a little shelf. They're only about 5 centimetres. There's a big difference. These guys are massive. You get lots of varieties. You get the white, the pink, the yellow, all edible. But this is the grey. Another reason you can tell it's the grey oyster is because of these ripples here on the margin, just like an oyster. And the smell. Oh yes. So these are going to start to turn. The younger ones are being eaten already by lots of little bugs. That's cool, they have every right. The smaller mushrooms are not much good anyway. A lot of water, so they kind of cook down into nothing, to be honest, kind of melt away. But the big ones are a lot fleshier, a lot firmer, so you can get a really good meal out of that. So I'm going to cut some of these down. So I've taken a nice little chunk here, but I've left plenty. There's more growing up the tree. They're all going to do well, and around the tree too. So I can even come back in a few days, providing nobody else has found them. Let the bugs get some too. Superb. Really happy. Look at the size of this. Look at the size of this thing. It's got to weigh, I don't know, 3 kilograms, something like that. It's got to weigh a lot. A couple of kilograms in there. That's pretty heavy. Excellent. What a day. Just put these over here a second. Look what we found. Another little bunch of velvet shanks. There's the dark little stem. And if you look closely, you'll see there's no skirt on the stem. These are velvet shanks. I'm going to grab a few, I think. Oh, I've just seen more. I've just seen more. Oh, check it out. Check it out. Look at these babies. Nice. Okay, might be even better. Slightly off the track there. Let's get a bunch of these. Slimy, definitely velvet shanks. I'm happy. Oh, look at these. So I'm going to clean them up. There's a couple I won't eat, but most of these will be good. So we're just going to plonk them in here with our oysters. Bit muddy, but all good. Again, I must reiterate about the funeral bell. There is no skirt on this stem. They're slimy and they're out in the winter. It's the 1st of Jan. Very unlikely to find funeral bells now. Black, kind of crunchy stems. Lovely. Oh, I'm knackered. Shattered. Just walked up a hill, a big hill. Really happy with the bounty. Woo! I'm going to go and find a spot, and I've got a few eggs with me, and if I didn't find mushrooms I would have just had an egg butty, but now I've got mushroom and egg, so yeah, really happy. So there's a bunch of old trees over there surrounded by a bunch of smaller trees. I'm going to see if I can get in there, get out of the way because there's dog walkers around. To be honest though, I've had the day to myself. I had the day to myself. Not really very many people at all, which is perfect. I'm a people person, I love people, but when you come out, you want to get away from people. You just want to be with nature, well I do anyway. That's the whole point of it for me. So the more people there are, the more they kind of ruin my my vibe. But let's not moan. We got loads of mushrooms, so we're good. We are good. Hopefully I can find a way in through these little trees here. No, I'm not going to get through there. No chance, God. Let's see if I can. Here's a path. I'm going to get in here. This is an animal run, so we'll use that. Oh yes, check this place out. Nice. Ow. Oh, look in there. That looks like a nice little spot to have my lunch without being bothered. Oh. Look at this. These are horse chestnuts. You see the leaves everywhere. These guys are gnarly, they've fallen. There's lots of breakages here. Loads of breakages. I'm a little bit... It's not a windy day, so we're all good, but... It's, wouldn't want to be here on a windy day. Oh, what's this look? Actually looks a little bit like chicken of the woods, but... Maybe it's like an old piece of chicken of the woods. Certainly looks like it. Okay, what's that? Oh, a squirrel. There we go, look, what's this? It's an old one. It's an old mushroom of some kind. That's a bit of old dryad saddle, I reckon. I don't know. But it looks like a dryad saddle. Right, don't want to go crazy, so that should be a good start. There we go. So, I'd usually heat the oil first, but we're good. I'm going to chuck it on. Already. Turn it down a little bit. I'm going to go a little bit more of the old rapeseed oil as well. We've got to do an egg in here in a minute, so I'm going to make sure it doesn't get too tacky. My favourite addition, garlic salt. Always good for anything. Garlic salt. We're starting now, look. Right, we're looking good. Browning off quite nicely. I'm going to put them to one side and get the egg in, I think. Oh, loads of butter. Delish. Right. Let's have a pop at this. Let's get a couple of these mushies. Chuck them all in. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah. Delicious, yolky, eggy, mushroomy bap. Mmm. Mmm. What a lovely day. Happy New Year. Especially to all you wild ones that like getting out there. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year to me.